Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule with our great stone, and a blessed salutation to the Akims in the four corners of the earth, pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. This evening, I just want to do a video on to show that both covenants, right, which is the old and the new, were made with the nation of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, right? And we does touch on a couple of precepts, to edify the church of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? So let's kick off at Genesis 17:1. He said, and when Abraham was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abraham and said unto him, I am the Almighty power, walk before me, and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abraham fell on his face, and the Most High talked with him, saying, as for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, right? And thou shalt be a father of many nations, right? So the Most High says covenant, right? Let me see what covenant means, right? Basically, it's an agreement, it's a contract, right? We can keep the Most High law, and the Most High can be our power, right? So it's a contract, it's an agreement, right? And the word is beret, right? Beret, so Salakia beret. Right, beret. It's a covenant, league, confederacy, confederate, right? It's covenant, alliance, pledge, right? Treaty alliance, right? Between men, agreement, pledge, agreement, right? Agreement is a between God and man, right? So the agreement, right? It's a covenant defined ordinance with signs or pledge, right? So the Most High made the covenant between he, the Most High, between the Most High and the children of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, right? The Most High made the agreement with only the Israelites alone, none else, right? Verse 6, and I will exceed Salakah, verse 4. As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be the father of many nations, right? He said, neither shall thy name be called, neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be called Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee. Right? So the Most High make a covenant between he and Abraham. Right? Let me just jump down to let me just jump down. In fact, let me continue reading, right? It's verse 6, right? It's and I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nation of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed, after thee in their generation, for an everlasting covenant to be a power unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. Right? And the Most High didn't make the covenant with the Ishmaelites or the Midianites, because Abraham had Ishmael, right, which is the so-called Arabs, and he had the five sons with Keturah, Midianites. The Most High didn't make the covenant with them; he made the covenant with Isaac, right? He made the covenant with Isaac, right? Um, let me jump down. Let me jump down to. Let me continue. Yeah, he said, and I will give unto thee, unto thy seed after thee, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power. So the land of Canaan today is Jerusalem, right? He said, and the power said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, if therefore thou and thy seed after thee in their generation. This is my covenant which he shall keep between me and you and Salakia and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised, right? Is a covenant in the flesh, right? And he shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you, right? Um Salakia, right? Let me jump down to verse let me jump down to verse 18. And Abraham said unto the Most High, he said, O that Ishmael might live before thee. And the Most High said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him. With him. Remember the Most High said his seed with his seed after him. But Abraham had more than one seed. But the Most High made a covenant with Isaac, right? Abraham had more than one seed. He said, don't go jump back to verse 8, Genesis 17 and 8, and I will give it unto thee and thy seed after thee, right? No, Salakia verse 7, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee, right? And thy seed after thee. And I was saying earlier that Abraham had more than one seed, right? But the covenant went to Isaac. It didn't go to the Ishmaelites and it didn't go to the Midianites, right? It went to Isaac, right? Um, right. So verse 8, verse 19, he said, and the power said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. So Isaac had two seed, which is Jacob and Esau, and went to Jacob, right? The blessings went to Jacob. Exodus Exodus 34 and 27, right? This is Exodus chapter 34 and 27. And the Lord said unto Moses, write thou these words for after the tender of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel, which Israel is Isaac's son, right? Israel is Isaac's son. So the Most High, this covenant the Most High make is only with the children of Israel, right? He said, and he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did he did eat neither bread nor drink water, and he wrote upon tables the word of the covenant and the 10 Commandments, right? So these covenants was only made with the Israelites. We go through this precept to prove it, right? Right? We go through this precept to prove it. To prove all things, right? This is Exodus 2 and 24, and the Most High hear the groaning and the power remember his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. These are the people that the Most High made a covenant with. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And who's Jacob's seed? Jacob is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Right? Jacob name changed to Israel, which Israel means Yasharal in Hebrew, he Prince of God. Right? It said, verse 25. And the Most High look upon the children of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Indian, and the Most High had respect unto them, right? This when he was dwelling in the land of Egypt, and they were oppressing us, right? They were oppressing us. So this covenant was made with the children of Israel, not these heathen. So you wacky tacky ass Christian, you off. You taking the L every second of the day. You taking the L, right? Taking the L. God, you wicked ass wacky tacky ass Christian, air not knowing the scriptures. Exodus 6:4. He said, and I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, which is today's Jerusalem. This is our land. We're gonna get back our land, right? He said the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were stranger, right? He said, and I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. And the most I remember covenant, right? You understand? So the most I make it with the children of Israel. He said, verse 6, wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burden of the Egyptian, and I will ride you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgment. And we see how Bashim Yashai do to the Egyptian. There was great judgment, right? Was great judgment. Mosai was just Mosai was justified to do them that because they were oppressing his heritage, right? They were oppressing his heritage, right? Exodus chapter 9 verse 5, and the Lord appointed a set time, saying, tomorrow, Salakia, Salakia, just 19:5. Let's go into it. Right, this is Exodus chapter 19, verse 5. Now, therefore, if he will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then he shall be a particular treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And he shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. He said, these are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Right? Israel, you must make the covenant with Israel. Right? Hey man, you you walkie talkie ask question, y'all can't get wrong this, right? So so the old and the new covenant was established with the nation of Israel, right? It was established with the nation of Israel. We're gonna prove it through the scriptures, through the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This is Jeremiah chapter 31:31. Behold, the day come, said the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. So the new covenant is with the house of Israel, right? And Apostle Paul quote this in Hebrew, we're going to get that, right? Abaratasa, right? He said, behold, the day cometh, said the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. These are the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Indian, right? He said, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which he said, which my covenant they break. All all through I was an husband unto them, said the Lord Jehovah. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts, and write them in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And this is the kingdom, right? Israel is going to be perfect in the kingdom, because the heart going to be salakid, the law is going to be written into the heart, right? They're going to be all righteous, right? Two-thirds of people going to die on the side. They're going to come up in the kingdom. They're going to be righteous, because they're going to be raised up the right way, in the righteous manner, righteous way to walk, right? And they're gonna fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? You understand? It said, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me. And this is in the kingdom, for the least of them unto the greatest of them, said the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. And this is in the kingdom. So the old and the new covenant were made with the Israelites, right? Were made with the Israelites, right? Understand? It says Hebrews chapter 8, verse 6, but now had he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promise, right? This covenant was established through Yahweh Shai, and his great sacrifice that he made. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? Verse 7, for if that first covenant had been flawless, then shall no place have been sought for a second. For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the day cometh, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So the Apostle Paul quoted from Jeremiah, right? He quoted from the Old Testament, right? Verse 9, not according to the covenant that I made with their father in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regard them not, said the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their heart, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. So this law was written with these covenants was made with the Israelites, right? It was both old and new covenant was made with the Israelites, right? You know, this is Romans chapter 1 verse Salakia, Romans chapter 9 verse 1. I say the truth in Yahweh Shai, I lie not. There's Apostle Paul again. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Spirit that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were a curse for a Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to who pertain the adoption, right? The adoption. Matter of fact, let me go into this word adoption, right? Let me just go into this word for this more in-depth just for edification, Let me go into this word, right? Right, the word adoption, right? It's so like yeah, let me just get this here. So the Greek word is we are to see, right? And it's adoption as son, right? It's that relationship which the Most High was pleased to establish between himself and the Israelite. What was the relationship? The covenant, the agreement, right? In preference to all other nations. So the Most High preferred the nation of Israel above above all these other nations, right? So there was the covenant was both covenant was made with the Israelites, right? It said this is Romans 9:4, who are Israelites, to who pertain in the adoption, the agreement, the relationship, right? The covenant, right? And the glory, which is the kingdom. The kingdom is the Israelite. They're gonna be rulers in the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna be established on the earth, right? And the covenants, both covenants was made with them, and the covenants, so both covenants were made with the Israelite, and the giving of the law, right? And the service of the Most High, and the promise, right? So these covenant was made with the Israelites, right? With you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Now these are the heathen nation, right? Now these are the heathen nation. Once you see it go back to to Jacob, our forefather, you are Israelites, and this covenant was made with you, right? So the kingdom of heaven is to the Israelites, right? You are the heathen nation gonna be what? Slave in the kingdom of heaven. You're gonna be our servants, right? And with that, hope this was edifying. Want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well our greatness doing, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiams and the folk and the earth to pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom.